What's going on? Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? Maurice, aka the role model here, and in this video, we're going to talk about the 30-day one funnel away challenge. And today, my friends, is pre-training week 1, mission 1. Should you choose to accept it? What I think about it? Woo! Woo! Oh yeah. It's some good stuff. Stay tuned.
What's the first thing you need, the second thing, and the third thing? Pretend like these are humans because they are. What does one funnel away mean? Like, what is the whole concept behind that? For everybody, it's different. For some of you guys, you're in a job you hate and you're trying to get out of that, right? And some of you guys, you are entrepreneurs, you got a business and maybe it's stuck and it's not where you want it to be yet. And some of you guys, it's one funnel that helps you get the bigger impact. My goal of this challenge is to help you guys to design and architect and understand what that funnel is and how it's going to work for you specifically. Belief is the most important part involved in all of this. I need you to believe this will work for you. For some reason, people think because it's a funnel, it's like this magic nerdy thing. It's like, no, it's people are people. This is just a process we're taking somebody through. The funnel is like having the best salesperson on earth take somebody through the process and finding exactly what they need. The difference between what happens in a store and what happens here is I don't have to have a salesperson. The funnel does the selling for you. That's what you're trying to create for them. And if you do that, it increases the happiness of your customer. And it'll increase how much money you make from every transaction, which makes it a better experience for you as well. That's what a funnel is. That's the big secret. The way this challenge is going to work, each day there's going to be new videos unlocked. Each one's going to be a mission. After that mission's finished, there's going to be some kind of task for you to do, and I need you to do it. I'm going to lay down the groundwork. Julie Stoyan will show you how to build your funnel, and then Steve Larsen's going to hold your feet to the fire and make sure you get each task done on time. Today's mission, we're going to start getting into your offer sequencing. We're going to be talking about offer hacking, the power of e-covers, publishing, story, squeeze page, sales page, order form, OTO page, how to fill your funnel, build out your dream 100 in traffic, paid side of ads. It's like playing Monopoly, but at the end of the game, you get to keep the money. This is like the #1 rule of direct response marketing. A confused mind always says no. The average attention span of a human being today, guess how long it is? 7 seconds. And so because of that, your website is literally blocking people from giving you money. Hook, story, offer, going, grabbing someone and getting their attention. You increase the offer, you make it better, people give you money, people give you the email address, people click on your ads. That's the magic.
The One Funnel Away Challenge was amazing. Thank you, Russell, for changing my life and changing my business.
For a lot of people who get into this, they don't understand the fundamentals, and because of that, it's complicated.
I literally feel like I can open up any business right now.
When you understand the base core principles of direct response marketing, then funnels become really, really simple and really easy.
We got our 2 Comma Club awards!
This process will work for you. It'll change your business, it'll change your life, but most importantly, it's going to change lives of your customers.
I'm in the 2 Comma Club.
Business is not about you just making money, but you'll find very, very quickly as you go through this process, the excitement and energy and motivation for money doesn't last long. After you start making money, what will light you up is your ability to serve these customers.
This is a dream come true, man. I visualized this over and over again.
As you see their lives transform, that's what's gonna light you up. Like, that's the key. That's why we do all this stuff that we do. And it's gonna be why you're building your company as well.
Wow.
If you spend the next 30 days, put in the time, put in the effort, put in the energy, I promise you guys it'll be worth it. At the end of this, you'll have something really cool to show yourself, show your spouse, show your friends, show your family. It'll be like the launch pad for your entire new companies. I need you to unglue from these external things that you're doing and just focus. Like, I'm telling you to focus hard for 30 days. At the end of it, you can have income that most people can not even dream about. It's a lot of work for a concentrated period of time, but it's worth it. It's just one funnel away, and I'm excited to help you get there during this challenge.
One funnel away 30-day challenge. Pre-training, day 1, mission 1. What's my thoughts about it? Well, let me just say this. It is awesome. Exactly what the quality, the magnitude of just what's being shared, it's ridiculous, right? I mean, if you're not pumped about what's transpired on just pre-training, week 1, day 1, right, then you need to get your head checked because something is wrong with you, right? So anyway, let's get into it, right? I want to talk about really quickly, just real short, just to value what I got out of it. My mission is complete. It's late night, probably 12, 1 in the morning, Central Standard Time. And had a busy day, but no excuses. I still made the time to do the actual challenge. I still made the time to be present any time of the day, to go through the material, to go through the challenge, right? I haven't even gotten logged into my Facebook group yet, so far as for the challenge, the closed group that we get into. I haven't even got my info back from them to log in, right? To let them know that the mission is complete. But still, yet and still, I just have to get on with y'all live to drop some information about the challenge. So, really quickly, Russell Brunson, just the information he dropped, just in dealing with speaking with, I love the story. I love the stories, right? Stories. There's an old saying facts tell, stories sell. It's all about the story. What is your story, right? And Russell talked about the story, some things that resonated with me. The first thing he talked about was the story about his wrestling when he had to believe, right? It started to appear, had to believe that he could win that wrestling match. A kid who he beat before wound up beating a person who he didn't believe he could beat, right? But once he believed, when they told him, hey, the guy you just beat him easily. What's going on? He was like, what? Are you serious? And went out there and just pounded him. Just pounded and won, right? Because he believed. Kind of makes you think about the movie, that story, The Matrix, right? When Neo believed it was possible. The whole world changed. Everything that he could see, everything he saw changed when you believe, right? Belief. That's a big one. Another point I wanted to talk about with Russell was about the example of the storefront, with just how we see websites nowadays. Websites just being that they're blocking. It's like blocks stopping people from getting to you, you know? And it's the equivalent of someone coming to your store and yeah, like he said, you have security. I think he said security, or people just standing outside like they're just posted like security. Like to block you from getting in the store, right? And I thought that was real key. You know, I thought that was key because a lot of times we see that we don't understand. You know, like the funnel situation is really just, it's like your best salesman. I love how Russell broke that down. Your best salesman selling for you. That's what the funnel is, right? Is walking them through a process, taking them by the hand, right, through a process to make it easier for them. Right, to make their buying experience easier. I mean, think about it. I just bought something the other day on Amazon. Think about this. When I bought something from Amazon, it had like different pop-ups that came up on the screen, and it was saying, you know, do you need help with this? Or another pop-up came up and said, you know, wouldn't you like to have this to complement that? And I'm like, wow, that's interesting, right? This is all automated. This is no person here looking to sell me, and it's taken me through an experience of what I needed. There were some things I actually had to get and didn't even know until that pop-up popped up, right? So think of that when you think about how to make money online, how to make the experience better, whether you have a business, whether you don't, whether you have a product or a service or you don't. That does not matter at this point. From what I gauge out of this pre-training, it's more about the framework, your mind, your belief, and it's more about understanding what the funnel, or what a funnel is, right? Now I have a full understanding, and hopefully you'll have a full understanding, friend. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, they break it down big time. Now, let me get to my man Steve, you know, my battle buddy, my military battle buddy, Mr. Steve Larsen. When he spoke, his story resonated with me. It was talking about I mean, it's a lot of stories. Steven broke down so many stories, so many walls. It's ridiculous. So many epiphanies, so many revelations, right? When he broke down talking about the marriage while he was poor. You know, a lot of us can resonate with that, right? Have you ever been involved with anything in a relationship where you're poor, you're struggling, right? You haven't found a way to get untired of being sick and tired, right? He talked about so far as the army. He talked about all the things he did just in his course of life getting there. I mean, wow, he took us on a journey, right? Do y'all feel that way? And exploding through the door with no excuses. I love the fact how he broke down his stories. I resonated a lot with that. I've been in the military. I was in my relationship. Unfortunately, with my situation, but I can't say not unfortunately. I gotta say fortunately, right? Because everything happens for a reason. Remember that. Remember that. Everything in your life, bad or good, it's like the yin yang. Good and bad has to be here to coexist, right? Everything happens for a reason to get you where you are today at this point. To be on a 1 Funnel Away challenge with me, with us, right? All together, right? Everything happens for a reason. So remember that. Take the bad with the good. It's all training grounds, my friend. It's all training. So, but I love how he talked about the obstacle becomes the way, right? What you thought is the obstacle that stands in the way actually becomes the way. That coin, like when he showed that coin, I remember seeing that from, I heard that quote from Marcus Aurelius in Rome, you know, when I did some history on that. And that was very, very powerful, right? You know, what stands in the way becomes the way, right? You don't have money to succeed. That's not the problem. I remember hearing a story in my past life when I was with my ex before we had separated. I was homeless and man, sleeping on park benches, didn't have food to eat. My car, couldn't get my car on my clothes because my ex had locked me out. And then I had to literally go on this hiatus of traveling back and forth to get to Texas, where I got into clinical trial studies. That was the way I got a lot of money because I'm a healthy individual. So I did studies and studies. That's how I bootstrapped myself to get to success. Was doing studies, clinical studies, giving my blood, getting my body, taking investigational medicine to get paid thousands of dollars and pouring that money into this, right? Pouring it into this to get myself to where I am, to be on this 1 Funnel Away challenge with you all, right? And so I understand where he's coming from. And I understand what a lot of you might be dealing with as well. Just know, if you got any questions, please feel free to reach out. My name's Maurice. I'm the role model because I'm always about helping others. Napoleon Hill had an old quote that I remember back in the days. And Zig Ziglar echoed this quote. Zig Ziglar later pronounced it to say, you know what? You can get anything in the world that you want. Anything that you want if you just help enough people get what they want. Are you hearing that? Does that resonate with you? Are you getting that? You can have anything in the world you want if you help enough people get what they want, right? So, my friends, I love how the 1 Funnel Away challenge is starting. This whole week is pre-training week. It's to get the belief factor there, to get the mentality there, right? And I love it. I love the stories. I love the hooks. I love everything that they're saying. I love the breakdown, the framework. I love it all, right? I love the tenacity Steve has, and I love the vulnerability, the transparency of Steve and Russell. That's a big thing. I hope that y'all are getting that, right? To have that transparency is huge, right? So you don't have to be a big, eloquent speaker with paramount phrases and things of this nature. You just gotta be real. Just get on the camera and be real, like I'm doing right here. I'm just turn the camera on and just be real. Just speak it to the camera what you want the people to know. Simple, right? So with that being said, I can't say that's what my take was out of it, right? And I just want to let you know that this thing is for real. You know, I mean, I'm riding a lot on this 1 Funnel Away challenge. I mean, I've been without my kids for some time. Some of my kids. Now I have 8 kids, ladies and gentlemen, right? I have twins I haven't even seen yet. I have yet to see yet. You know how that makes you feel? When you know you're a role model, you know you're a good father figure, but yet because of circumstances because there's 2 people here when they have children, a man and a woman, right? Things don't always go right. Sometimes some things it's not meant to be. But that still doesn't mean that children shouldn't be taken care of because they didn't ask to be here, right? Does that make sense? Right? So it's our duty as mother, as father, it's our duty to be role models to them, to be protectors, to be guardians of them, right? So I'm writing a lot on this one funnel away challenge to help me, to catapult me to success, and then to take that success to be back with my babies, right? To show them the way, to be a role model and a father figure to them like I had in my life with me, right? Because there's a lot of people that don't have fathers, that don't have mothers. There's a lot of people that are in worse conditions than you, right? The law of relativity, right? There's always someone doing worse than you are. Remember that, right? So that's just my ender. I mean, this thing is for real. Take it for real. I mean, and I am convinced without a shadow of a doubt that not only does this one funnel away challenge, this 30-day challenge, is really a challenge to get you out of your comfort zone. The challenge is you. Are you ready for success? Are you ready to attain what it is that you want to attain? Right? Are you ready? That's what it's about. And I mean, I'm convinced that not only does it change lives, but it also fixes broken ones. You understand? So, one funnel away challenge. Get that game face on. Let's get it. Let's go. That's it. I'm out.